Hey, find anything good? Looks like you've got a few different pieces there. Could I take a look at them? Relax. I don't bite, and I won't rob you. Promise. Look, no one will blame you for being careful down here, but refusing help altogether can be just as much of a folly as blind trust. All right, I'll take a look then. This is no good. No one will buy this. There's no demand for it. And this one, the metal is too degraded to be reused. And this, too old to be used as a spare part. No COM model uses these anymore. Not for the past few decades. You're out of luck, newbie. Nothing here will put food in your stomach tonight. Oh yes, it's very obvious to all of us. New arrivals tend to stand out like a sore thumb. How long have you been down here? A couple of days. You must be hungry and thirsty. It can be difficult to find clean water. Here, I'll share what I have. It's okay. You can keep the bottle. I have a small stash tucked away. What did you do to end up out here? Did you piss off someone important? See something you weren't supposed to? Or are the prisons simply full again? Never mind. You don't have to tell me. The past is past. You leave it all behind when you end up here. You might think it's everyone for themselves down here, but me and my little gang, we stick together, help each other out. Life is a little easier that way. It's a tough city we live in. No point in making life more difficult than it has to be. The ones on top get all the sunlight, the fresh air, food aplenty, and clean water. A safe and comfortable life. And the further down you get, the poorer people are. And on the outskirts, criminals, illegals, scavengers, the scum of society. It's easy to grow resentful, but the truth is, we would all go back up there if we could. Every single one of us. None of us were born here, you know. We all fell from the world above. Like you. I used to be an engineer. Feels like a different lifetime. But it's a useful trade. I know my way around a lot of spare parts. I can find things that are difficult to get for the ones above us. The city is running out of resources. Scavengers who knows what to look for and who to sell it to can make a nice profit sometimes. Took me a while to figure that out though. When I first arrived here, I was a lot like you, kept to myself, slinking around in the shadows, trying my best not to be noticed. But you do have to take a few risks down here, or you won't last long. There are no handouts. You only get what you take for yourself. I was far too careful in the beginning. I hoarded a lot of stuff, but I had no one to trade with, nothing to eat, and little to drink. One day, I was beaten and robbed, and I had it coming. I can see that well enough in hindsight. No matter how careful you aren't invisible. And if people notice that you are always alone, sooner or later, when their own stomachs are rumbling, they will start to think of you as an easy target. After I lost all my little trinkets and treasures, I had to reach out. I had no other options and nothing to lose anymore. And I found what I thought I would never find down here. Kindness, friendship, people who cared. A man named Lenny took me in. He led a ragtag band of scavengers, one of many down here. Lenny had been here for decades and knew the area like the back of his hand. He had plenty of contacts. He introduced me to traders, showed me the ropes. I wasn't lonely anymore. I had found my people. The next few years I explored parts of the city I never knew existed. The living city was close to me. A long sentence or a short drop awaits me if I ever dare to return. But there are other parts of the city, dead and abandoned, and that became my new domain. Collapsed buildings, old abandoned sewers, ancient tunnels from when there were still underground transport systems. What were they called? Subways, if I remember correctly. and disposal sites, junkyards basically. Valuable spare parts and rare metals can still be found there, if you know what you're looking for and are willing to dig deep enough. As an engineer, I could recognize them and assess whether a building was on the brink of collapse or if it would stay upright for a little while longer. A collapse is bad enough in and of itself, but it also tends to bring trouble from above. The city is full of noise, but not everything goes unnoticed. A building collapsing or a junk heap tumbling over, or anything else like it, will usually attract police drones. Technically, we are squatters and can be fired upon by the authorities. Anything like a drone approaches, and we scatter, run and hide. It's every man and woman for themselves then, and we meet up again later. They can't follow all of us, after all. I became Lenny's right hand, and he introduced me to his contacts. Junk traders, middlemen. I think they work for the mob, but who knows? We trade our metals and spare parts for food, clothes, medicine. Sometimes they make requests, and if you do happen to have what they are looking for, or if you are able to track it down, that can earn you something special. Something that can give you a leg up, like a firearm or a water filter. Hopefully both, so you can use one to protect the other. Lenny died in a junk slide a few years back, and his ragtag band of scavengers is my ragtag band of scavengers now. Life goes on, even down here. We make do, somehow. The others will grumble and complain if I pick up yet another stray, but if you work hard, you can go from being another mouth to feed to being a useful asset pretty quickly. Let's call it a trial period to begin with. What do you say, newbie? Want to join? All right then. Come on. I'll show you how to find something worth selling.